better.
Do you know what I just thought? Yeah, but you can't even see the screen. Yeah, that is better. Moves.
The light just needs to be on us, though, like,
Yeah.
to show it, like, to
The light my face, yeah. You can always change the setting as well, like that.
As long as I can see the majority of the screen, mate, so
Yeah.
you can show what you need to show, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, so might as well go back to that then. Right, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, that's right. Is it recording?
it's actually recording now, yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, hi, thank you for tuning in, guys. This is the Unity Blueprint, and today we're going to be talking about Football Sky AI and what we can do with Grassroots Academies. And this is Damian. He's also a coach, and FA verified. Coach for Pickering Football Club, is it? In locally.
FC. Local Grassroots team.
Nice.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, welcome, mate. Always a pleasure. So tell me about your team. Just tell me about how what happens, like what's the structure? Does anyone get signed or anyone gets recognized? I just need more information about it.
Well, if I could give you some background about our club specifically, like we started in 2024 in June, so we've only been going a year and a half. We started off with 4 teams and we've risen to a 6-team club now.
Oh wow!
Across the ages of, it's between under 9s to under 15s we've got teams.
Right, okay.
I mean, obviously, grassroots, with grassroots football, a lot of it is mainly about the kids having fun and,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? That's the main side of things, because obviously when you look at grassroots, if you look at football, like, hence why you've made something like this.
Yeah.
There isn't really a lot of opportunities for them to get out there, so it's more of a club for them to feel like they're part of something.
Yeah.
You know, it's to help them build socially. Because nowadays, you don't see kids out and stuff nowadays.
That is true, and obviously you don't want to really break that, because that is quite important. I think it's also quite important in the sense of, like, especially nowadays with technology and that team bonding and being out there on the field and being like in the sports. I see that as important. But also the thing is, why I was building this is actually started with remember that call you gave me about being an assistant coach review, and saying I was trying to get some volunteer time. So what I did, obviously, I also had applied for a job at Hull City. They were looking for a scout, and they basically offered me a freelance scout, and I think they offered me the freelance scout, and they gave me a software basically that were, like, I think it was called, don't really want to say their names, but what's it called? But I think I missed the deadline. But I was too much into building my AI systems. But when it came to December and Man United was just awful, basically, I had that scout thing in my head, because I got this obviously, about the photographic memory thing, and it's basically, I had that in my head. So and I was like, wait, that was quite difficult to look, and I was like, what can I do, like, to make it easier and stuff like that? And then I just started building this, and it basically, what it does is it gives this opportunity to not just be like, say for example, if you're going to be, it's hard to get in the Premier League. We know that. Championship is obviously the next thing. I was watching some guys on YouTube getting them up to, like, Championship, but the way they were standing there and, like, giving the talks, it's like, not really motivating them, and they were basically saying, everyone wants to be a footballer. It's the best job in the world, stuff like that. But they didn't say it with any enthusiasm. It felt like wasn't really up there, because it felt like there was a saying to them, because they know there's no opportunity there, basically. And it's like, it's either you go Championship or you go Premier League, or you just stay and you get a job and you basically be a Sunday League team. Yeah. But with Football Sky AI, what my plan is like to give opportunity in terms of, like, there's other leagues out there.
Grassroots,
yes,
players,
especially grassroots players, because it's like to go out there And like say for example, if you can't make it in the first team over here, what if you can make it in the first team in French league, for example, and like the Dutch league, or even like MLS, or even like Saudi Pro now, like the world's, or even Australia if it goes there. But you can actually be a professional footballer anywhere you want now, and especially with this, you just all you got to do is just you register up there. Everything has to be safeguarded first, obviously, of course, with the FA verified, especially mainly, and so obviously can't show the database, but like look, if you stay over here, it just shows like the players that I was trying to get in were not grassroots, basically. Well, was grassroots, but then it shows the players that are registered. You know, like we got Lagos, we got Sao Paulo, got Buenos Aires, and you even got Doha, and even Paris, and Amsterdam. But there's no one registered from the UK. So I basically was like, right, something's not right here. So I was like, right, I need to create a separate tab now dedicated to, and then set up a automated AI system to target like to basically not target that, basically grassroots players. So look, it just shows Germany, USA, Brazil, Spain, yeah, Australia. So I was like, right, let's just go up here and then click that, and we got it. So got like targeting like Newcastle, Hull, obviously mainly because we based in Hull, so we want to start off from home first, start local first, and just work our way around. But these are the heat maps basically. It just shows like London's already got it pretty much, Manchester pretty much got it, but like the blue maps, that just shows where all there's hidden talent there, and they're not getting. That's where there's probably talent there that's not getting recognised as much. But I've seen them doing some work in Birmingham, so I've actually seen some work. Been having to now done my research on that. But it's just it's mad to think that with football being such a great sport, and I remember seeing I was
so limited.
I was so bad at football. I was probably like always B team or like goalkeeper, and like never made, but I always had players or friends who was always class players, and who I even had my cousin growing up. He was world class, and he basically had I think he could have been like one of the greatest players, but at the time when he was like growing up, he got scouted by Fulham, and he just felt like he's Pakistani. He's not gonna. He has no chance. And man, if I could look back, I could be like, you're a sim, man. You just like imagine.
Fight for what you want, man, at the end of the day. But like you say as well, it's the opportunity side of things. I mean, obviously, when your cousin was looking at me, it might have been a bit of a different time.
It was a different time, yeah. It's like same age as me, yeah. But there's a lot more opportunity now. I've seen they're doing like something for South Asia, and the FA. I've seen the FA is doing some work basically with inclusiveness and everything, which is actually great.
You see, that's another thing. That could be a whole another conversation, because it's just they promote it all, but there isn't enough in the actual communities locally themselves. And I'm not just talking about Hull, I'm talking about everywhere. When you look on the Facebook pages, on the groups, etc., what people are saying, like Lincolnshire, etc., you look in all the groups, it's all the same stuff, like for example, we've had 6 games cancelled
really
this year, so far, due to the weather,
Oh, what you like to match basically the pitch logs and stuff like that?
Yeah, so the pitches they've deemed the pitches not playable, but I mean, like 5 out of the 6 weeks that have been postponed, they have been playable, and it's like, obviously, it's the councils obviously decide. Unless you're on a private field, it's councils that decide, especially for kids, because it's all done through the council. If you're on a public field, you get it rent-free, etc. Adults, it's a lot different, you know what I mean? But for kids as well, to be missing out on so much when it's a winter sport, and they're missing out on so much, which is then reducing their opportunity as well, because they aren't getting the names out there. It'll come to the end of the season where games won't get played, you know, a team might need 3 points for promotion. They might have 3 games in hand, but then they might not get played because it might come to the end of the season where you're not allowed past a certain date, you know. And
oh, really?
yeah, so there's a lot of that, and like I say, like I'm not saying it's the FA's fault or council's fault, but there does need to be some more work and funding in there from the councils themselves, locally, etc., to provide these kids with the opportunity to actually just play rather than them being stuck in at home on the games or, you know, getting up to mischief, etc. You know, that's if they go out nowadays, like, but you know, kids either go out, but yeah, I mean, that reduces the opportunities for them as well, so it's a big, you know what I mean, like, especially for it to be a winter sport, you know, you've got to expect this sort of weather, like,
I think
there should be more work put in, so
I don't know how they got rid of goals, like, it was just there, and they got rid of that. Don't know why, because I don't know what they're doing there now. But
it's like the 3G pitches as well, like, I mean, obviously they're great, obviously for all weather.
Yeah.
But for like grassroots clubs, especially ones that maybe just starting out or, you know, which haven't really got.
Where you on about, like the Brough where you guys are?
No, like 3G pitches. So like university have the all weather pitches. So it's the the little rubber balls in the plastic.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff, you know what I mean?
They're pretty much like goals. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so obviously you get them pitches, but like they're not affordable really for grassroots teams. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're only really affordable for obviously
private, basically.
Private teams, which are privately run and have funding and stuff. You know, like if you're a new grassroots team starting out and you're needing to play your games or train, etc., you're looking at. I mean, training alone that can be thousands.
What,
you know, depending on how many teams you've got, etc.
What about like equipment and stuff like that?
Well, that's on top of everything. You know, it's like, I mean, there is funding for it, but the funding as well, that can be quite hard to access sometimes because you've got to hit certain criteria, and you know. I
think I might actually know someone who actually might now. I might know someone basically, I don't want to say, but I might know someone actually who might be able to help with that basically in terms of that gatekeeping funding, and I'll look into that. I don't
just mean for us, I mean in general, you know, like across the grassroots community, these are the problems.
I mean, but you've come on my show for the first time, so obviously I'll look into that, mate. But what I was going to say, tell me about Pickering Football Club. Like.
Yeah, so like I say, it was founded in 2024, we started out with 4 teams. We took over from like Archon Rangers, like that sort of folded, and we went into Pickering. I won't go into that.
Right. You can do.
No, I won't go into that. That's another story.
Oh, it's another story.
That, like I say, that's a different conversation. But we went from Archon and it went to Pickering FC. We folded Archon. Reason being because we took over halfway through the season as Archon, so we just wanted the kids to finish the season, and then that's when we changed over. Since then we've grown to a 17 club. We've got 1 team starting for next season, and we've got another 2 teams that have just joined us over the Christmas period. Yeah. So we've gone up to six operating teams and 1 setting up for September, possibly another team coming over. So in the space of like 2 years we've doubled in size. Do you know, and it just shows how much demand there is out there. And kids to be out doing social activities, etc.
I think the great thing about England, especially UK, is football, is sports basically, and like the growth in it, and it's like all about. And one thing I've not seen any other city, they probably do have it within the community, but one thing I experienced about in Hull, especially and East Riding, is community and how the community comes together over here, and this is why I ended up like choosing Hull over like obviously I could have called home basically. And so it's like it's got that community feel about it, and I'm sure get word out. Someone in the community will definitely support. But in terms of like now, in terms of like the star players, because I can't think of any like star players that've been homegrown from Hull that have actually like Dan James is like basically was obviously, but he's pretty much different or Leeds. He's Welsh, but I think he came
through Leeds Academy, I believe.
Leeds Academy, that's right.
I believe, I'm not 100% sure.
Who would Maguire? Where's he from? He's from he was in Hull, wasn't he?
He played for us, but he didn't grow through Hull. Jacob Greaves is an homegrown lad.
Jacob
Greaves, Ipswich.
Right.
Yeah, he's homegrown. Like lived, born in Hull, lived in Hull, gone through the Hull Academy, you know.
Right.
He's probably the latest homegrown lad I can think of.
What's his name again, sorry?
Jacob Greaves is the defender.
Jacob Greaves. Right, I see, Jacob Greaves, you know what, it'd be nice to have you on here to have a little chat, because I think you could probably be making that difference and be a role model for the next future generation, obviously, in Hull. Yeah, why not?
But yeah, I mean, he's the last one that I can think of what's come from homegrown locally.
I remember, like, when it was a rescue, we won that VIP thing for West Ham and West Brom versus Hull, the VIP box. I think there was 8 of us there. And I just remember, I was only there, I was buzzing because Steve Bruce was the manager of West Brom, and I was like, come on, Steve Bruce, you won us our first ever, that's how old I am, by the way. He won us our first ever Premier League from the first time I started watching when I was 4 years old. It was his header as well. And yeah, he was probably like one of the reasons. Well, Eric Cantona obviously was one of the reasons I started watching support Man United. But that winning goals, that last two, was like seeing Man United lift that trophy just was set off basically the rest of it. But I mean, there was a little blip in my life where basically my friend tried to convince me to be a Liverpool fan, and I was like, yeah, Michael Owen's great, Michael is great, for like 6-7 months. I thought, yeah, but then I actually was like, nah, good thing 98 and 99 came in me.
Switching when you want.
Nah, I didn't actually. It's just basically, I was a kid, I didn't really know. But I chose my team. But the good thing is Michael Owen became a Man United legend when he scored that goal in Derby. But yeah, but it would be great. Like, so like even like with. Yeah, do you know what? It is a hard reach. It is a hard project. Like, you know what? It is optimistic. It is ambitious. But if we're going to try, you might as well try it, innit? Like, there's no harm in trying it because, yeah, I always done this basically based on Safeguarding First. So Safeguarding First, intelligent platform for managers, agents, scouts, and fans. And if you are going to register players on there, you have to be either your coach. Like, say for example, you were to register a player because they're going to be underage, you'd have to be, obviously you got your FA. What qualification have you got?
Well,
what do you need, basically? What are the requirements?
For voluntary grassroots work, you need your DBS, obviously.
Yeah.
With working with kids, you need the safeguarding for children.
Yeah.
You need the introduction to first aid, and you need the introduction to coaching. That's like your basic levels. That's all professional coaches will have them. Obviously, if they're working with kids, they'll have the DBS part, etc.
Yeah.
But all professional coaches will have them, and then you move on to do your UEFA C, BA.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same as education as well. So, but yeah, so basically what I would say is it would be the coaches, but obviously you'd have to obviously get the parents' obviously permission, and that's how it'll basically work like that. And yeah, it's basically simple forward. I'll just whiz through it. Just go. So that's the dashboard. So you get your live match analysis. So that's when you put the players in and you see where to track them basically in terms of the live match. And over here you get your AI anomaly detector. I can't show everything due to safeguarding purposes, obviously. So here's your recruitment hub, for example. You get your run recruitment, and you get your squad depth as well. You can analyze squad, and you get scouting briefs as well, and scenario simulator as well. So this is like the Youth Academy Scout. So you put your you enter the attributes here, and you can scan for it for a talent basically within your database, or within the database if you are in that level of membership basically. And yeah, so you get your academy monitor rankings, and you get your scouting briefs as well. So where did I miss over here? Did I go to that? So yeah, here. So
club-wise, who has accessibility to look at all this? And
so basically, the way it works, each club, it's like a tool basically, a platform. For example, you just use it, and in what your club basically has your own data, and if you obviously you pay for the license if you want more data for other players and stuff like that. So like say for example, if you want to recruit a player for your team, like transfer window for example, and I know. I don't know how it works. Actually, no, that's a good question. How does grassroots transfer windows work?
Grassroots isn't like obviously professional.
Yeah.
Grassroots. If the player's playing for another team already, you have to request a transfer to the other team.
Right.
Make sure subs and kits, or unless you pay for the kits outright, your kits are returned as well.
Yeah.
You know, so all your subs are up to date, right up until the point where they leave, and then their coach has then got to email the league to let them know that the player's okay to leave, and then we've got to submit the application for them to register for our.
But this could also work in terms of like the players that are just playing and kicking balls in the street. Like, do you know what? I'm looking for the next Wayne Rooney. I'm looking for like the next.
With that side of things, if they're unregistered, you just register them to your team.
And get the basically. So this would basically be for that. So for example, you're looking for a player in the area, and you can go on this app, and if he's registered, it'll be there. It's that easy. So Sky Network is there.
So if they're not part of a club, would it be the parents that'd have to go on and register?
It'll be the parents that would have to register, yeah. That's just basically, so it's basically giving them an opportunity as well, because, yeah, you never know, because I didn't like hockey, but for some reason I was like the star player when I was in high school. But I love football. But imagine I could have been like a great football player for India. I mean, come on, like I could have been a great footballer. I could have probably been a great footballer, like in a different country.
Footballers do look professionals, don't they? They declare themselves for one country, then they go and declare themselves for the home. Or origin country, you know, wherever they come from, etc.
Yeah, it's like where you can be, where if you're not getting an opportunity, for example, over here, like Premier League is hard. So if you're not, it's competitive, basically, I would say, and if you're not getting it over here.